What's up fam, welcome to another video where we dive deep into the storytelling aspects of anime. I'm your narrator MK, and in this one we're taking a closer look into the quirks and traits of Demon Slayer characters. So what exactly is a character quirk? A character quirk can be defined as an unusual or weird feature that sets your character apart from others. This can be a physical feature like height or a notable scar, or a strange ability that adds another layer to your character's personality, like a heightened sense of smell. These traits can range from special talents to phobias to odd mannerisms. A lot of anime characters have these weird quirks or helpful abilities that are hilarious or useful in the story. They really make characters multidimensional and more relatable and lovable. As a writer myself, I love giving quirks to my characters because it makes them more interesting. And anime serves as a great inspiration for this because there's tons of them. Some of my favorite traits in anime are Soul Eater's Death the Kid's obsession with everything being symmetrical and perfect, even though his own hair by design is always asymmetrical. Edward Elric's pet peeve of being referred to as short or tiny, Potato Girl Sasha Browse's insatiable hunger, or Levi's inherent need to be clean and tidy. And probably by far my favorite is Avatar's Toph Beifong's blindness, which intensifies her other senses, in turn making her an even more masterful earthbender, which does contribute to the story and plot. I mean, technically Avatar isn't an anime, but you get the point. These traits can vary and they can be fascinating and weird, and they can make these characters fun to watch and great to experience. Demon Slayer, I find, is unique in the way that it puts an emphasis on the character's quirks and traits that truly serve as functional abilities within the story, while at the same time adding depth to their personalities. And in this video, we're going to break those down. So don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's dive into it. And of course, some spoilers for season 1 ahead. First up, of course, we have Tanjiro and his unique and heightened sense of smell. This makes for a great way to suspect demons in the area, which is pretty useful when you're in the Demon Slayer Corps. We see him use this in the beginning of the anime, and then as he trains to be a Demon Slayer, this ability is enhanced, and he uses it a lot throughout the story to sniff out danger and track demons and humans alike. Tanjiro's sense of smell is kinda OP though, like he's able to pinpoint the exact location of a demon and even smell the change in his opponent's movements, which allows him to strike them down. I mean, that's pretty OP. His sense of smell power level's easily over 9,000. I mean, this dude can smell abstract emotions like trust and fear and grief. What the fuck does trust smell like? But I'm going to actually counter-argue my own criticism by noting that there are instances in which Tanjiro's crazy sense of smell doesn't work in his favor. For example, in episode 15, Mount Natagumo, there's an atrocious odor that is overpowering Tanjiro's ability to locate the demon. I like this a lot because it offsets how OP and convenient Tanjiro's sense of smell can be, and it shows us that there can be downsides and limitations to this quirk or ability. Of course, by this point in the story, Tanjiro has Inosuke on his team, who has his own OP ability of being able to survey an entire landscape as if he has eyes like cameras everywhere. Inosuke is like low-key omniscient in that sense, and apparently it is an enhanced sense of touch, and I'm still not totally sure how the hell it works, to be honest. But what's ironic about Inosuke's sense of touch is that it allows him to have a certain depth and awareness of his surroundings, and I think that's funny because he's normally so damn dense and short-tempered, but this ability allows him to have a depth that we don't see him use on a normal basis when he's not fighting someone. But it seems like every character in the show seems to have some kind of OP or crazy efficient ability. Tanjiro's sense of smell, Zenitsu's hearing. So with Tanjiro's sense of smell, we do see how that lends itself to the story and helps him be a better Demon Slayer and protect humans, as well as Inosuke's sense of touch. And to be honest, I'm okay with these overpowered abilities or quirks as long as we do see some limitations to them that provide some kind of roadblock to the characters reaching their goals, because that makes for good suspenseful storytelling. And hopefully in season 2 we do see some of that, because these quirks are what make each character unique and special. And speaking of unique and special, on to best boy Zenitsu, who must be protected at all costs. As mentioned, he has his incredible sense of hearing, which allows him to detect danger and locate demons, but more importantly, his unconscious Ultra Instinct Goku type fighting quirk is way more remarkable. Only when he's in grave danger and falls unconscious due to his fear does he awaken his true strength and power, and I love this so much about him for many reasons. Not only is he a badass and unaware of it, but I absolutely love love the message that this character trait and quirk gives to viewers, which are, you are capable of doing things that you didn't believe you could, that you are more useful and stronger and braver than you realize, that you have skills and abilities and talents that you may not be aware or conscious of yourself, and that you have the potential to awaken these great things inside you. And notice that in every instance that we see Zenitsu do these amazing things, they are always in a place outside of his comfort zone, specifically when he finds himself in danger. And I personally resonate with this on a personal level because anytime I've ever done something that made me proud of myself or made me learn something about myself, it was always when I stepped outside of my comfort zone. It has helped me grow as a person and given me the confidence to try more things that I normally wouldn't do. I love this kind of symbolism in characters, so it's no surprise here why Zenitsu is my favorite. I have a feeling that Zenitsu's unconscious fighting ability will definitely come into play in season 2, no doubt. Moving on to Nezuko. Nezuko's quirk and ability of size manipulation is pretty interesting. We see that she's able to expand her girth in order to fight stronger opponents, as well as shrink in size to fit into her box or run away from opponents, undeniably being one of the cutest abilities in the show. From season 1, we see that Nezuko has abnormal tendencies and abilities for a demon, like not feasting on human flesh and blood and using sleep to regenerate. This makes her a special and unique demon case, and that adds mystery to what we don't know about the demons, not only to us but to the other characters in the story as well. And I really hope that this mystery does pay off in season 2 and that it's part of the greater story and plot, possibly tying into turning Nezuko back into human, but for that we'll have to see. Moving on, we have Kanao's enhanced vision, which is one thing, right? She can predict and counter attack her opponent's moves due to her eyesight, but I think the more interesting quirk that she possesses is her coin. She uses this coin that was gifted to her in order to help her make day-to-day decisions because due to her childhood abuse, she repressed any emotions and is unable to make decisions for herself. Clear defense mechanisms that she developed because of her abuse. This really hit hard for me and I really felt for Kanao's character. For now, we haven't seen this quirk add to the plot of the story per se, but I don't doubt that in season 2 this will definitely come into play at an important moment. One thing I want to mention is that all these characters also have unique details about their appearance. Tanjiro has his scar and Hanafuda earrings, which the Michael Jackson demon boss definitely feels some type of way about. Zenitsu and his mac and cheese colored hair, which changed from black when he was struck by lightning, more symbolism. Inosuke has his boar mask and pretty boy look, Nezuko with her nuzzle, and Kanao with her purple eyes and butterfly hairpin, indicative of the type of training she received. All of these features add to their individuality, obviously, but what I love about Demon Slayer characters is that their unique traits are not just traits that separate them from others physically, but they extend into the story and plot, like I just mentioned. Whereas in Attack on Titan, for example, Levi, my favorite character, has his obsession with cleanliness, but that never actually adds anything to the story or plot. It's merely a personality trait that adds a layer to his character but does nothing in terms of story, other than maybe some comical relief. Don't get me wrong, I love that about him, but it's not functional to the actual story, unlike, say, his Ackerman bloodline. As a writer and storyteller, I think it's important to have both. Having quirks and traits that add interesting details and functional nuances to both characters and story really adds another layer to an anime like Demon Slayer, which is very much a character-driven story. So with that being said, I want to hear from you. Let me know what's your favorite character quirk in Demon Slayer or in any other anime. And feel free to mention any character quirk or traits in Demon Slayer that I missed. I really only mentioned the ones that left an impression on me. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm MK, and I'll see you in the next one.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?